Coach, good to have you with us here on the Coach's Corner. We're with Coach Billy Evans, the women's basketball coach here at UT Southern. Coach, fixing to start your fifth year. 3 or 4 seasons here have been over 500. Had a great season last year, over 500. Lost a few key players that were, contributors every night to you. Kind of recap last year's season, how it went.
Well, I think you hit on a very important point, and that is we were rolling really good, and we lost 2 starters really the same night. One tore ACL, Riley Long, and Xander Moore hurt herself that night, but we were not aware of how severe it was. And the next game we played, she came up really lame. Turned out she had a hip fracture that she had fallen on at the game before. And so, yes, we had to deep down get into some resources that we weren't prepared for. So it hurt us a little bit down the way. We weren't as deep as we needed to be. We competed very well. I thought that was very important. That, I go back and you say, well, what if? When you start playing that game, it's because you're losing. And so, I had to put that to bed this summer and forget about the what ifs and make changes so that it doesn't happen again. And so that's what we focused on throughout the summer. But we were competitive all the way. It's a competitive conference. There were 8 teams that showed up at Bowling Green for the conference tournament. All 8 teams made the national tournament. We were aware of that. We felt like if we got there, we'd make the national tournament. Ginger Colvin does a great job representing the conference on the national level, and she works hard and I got to give her a lot of credit for getting those 8 teams there. But that tells you how tough that conference is. And so we know going in, day out, every game you got to be prepared. And last year, we had Taylor McNary. She was Defensive Player of the Year in the conference. Faye Chereau led us in scoring, was one of the premier shooters in the conference, and they're both gone. They're both graduated. Savannah Walker was a 6'3" post player that took up a lot of space, did a lot of hard work for us, did the grind work for us, and she's graduated. So we got to replace those 3 and see where we go from there.
Well, that's 3 that I was going to point out to you that you did lose, but looking forward, you got a pretty healthy recruiting class coming in.
Yes, I'm really pleased with the recruiting class. It's we're going to be young, and I've been down that road before where you have young girls, and the best part about them is that they come in eager, they come in ready to work, and they'll do that. They'll be eager, they'll be ready to work. Sydney Cooper is coming from Middle Tennessee Christian School. They got beat in the finals of the TSSAA private league by the Webb School, which is very good. And she's going to make an impact. I think she's going to be a sleeper. When we started recruiting her, I felt like she was the player that made that team go. Janiyah Riley from right up the road there at Columbia, Ayana Kennard from East Nashville. The one thing these kids all have in common is that they played on championship teams. Mary Mackey at Father Ryan. And so it's, I could, if I keep going, I'll leave off a freshman because I think we've got 7. So yeah, I think the youth of this program is going to be, important to us. They're going to come in and impact. I talk to them on a weekly basis. TK Goff's going to be our returning sophomore, and she's probably going to be our starting point guard. Aaron Lester is going to be a junior. She's probably going to be our 2 guard and can play the point. So we're going to be young across the board. Hallie Jones, another junior. Our 3 seniors: Rachel Baker, Aaliyah Williams, and Xander Moore. Now Xander's going to be a senior in the classroom. She'll have another year to play if she wants to play, but she's going to graduate in May, so we'll see. But we're going to be young from when you start talking about Riley Long as a sophomore. We're going to be young, but I like it. I like the youth because they come in fired up and ready to work, and they've been that way all summer.
Looks like this kind of sounds like a volatile equation for a good season or a monumental season. Looking forward to this coming year. You already
it's going to test my patience. I've done it before. I've had youth before, and it does. It makes you coach differently because you have to understand that they're going to be better in January and February than they are in November and December. And that November schedule's tough. I mean, we've got we start the season off at Middle Tennessee, and on a Monday, and we end that stretch on the following Monday with a game against Troy. And in between, I think we sandwich in Fisk. We've got a scrimmage with UAH. And so, preseason, I always like to schedule up and get some tough games in. So, yeah. And then third week of November, we hit conference already. You got 22 conference games. We're only allowed 30. So, yeah, I just named a couple of D1 schools and a D2 school that we're going to be involved with. So the schedule is going to be tough. But that, again, they're young. They don't know, and that's what I like about it. They'll go out there and compete just as hard against those D1 schools as anybody because they want to make a name for themselves. They want to go out and play hard, and they will. Where we throw the ball, who knows? Sometimes I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I'm excited to see what happens this year, and it's great having you with us. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.